Students have probably taught me how to be patient. Now, if I was criticizing myself, that would probably be the number one thing I would say is I have very little patience. So whether it's my staff, my young staff, or the young students, that's probably the number one thing that I've learned. The second thing is creativity. You've got to have some creativity to adapt to these young kids who are very creative. So that's what we try to do in the police department, is come up with new, innovative, creative programs and ideas to reach the students, to engage them and make sure we have that open line of communication. I coach football, so I coach youth football, and I have two young boys, so I try to be even, so I coach both their teams. I can't coach just one, so and that prevents a big challenge of my time, as well as being a chief. So in the fall, I have very little free time. I'm usually practicing, 6 days a week and a game on the 7th day. So there's no time for rest during that period of the year. I do an annual hike of the Grand Canyon every year. A lot of times I do it by myself. And the reason for that is it really gives me some chance to decompress. It gives me a chance to reflect on life and kind of disconnect from the world. Because when you get down into the canyon, you've got no cell phone coverage. You run into very few people until you get to a campground. So it really just gives you a chance to be in touch with nature, but it also get away from everything. And what it does for me, it really recharges my battery. I love to cook, so whether it's smoking barbecue, I love to smoke different things. I have 2 different smokers, so that's probably one of the things I love to do is really take the time to smoke different pork cuts or beef cuts. So I really like doing that. Well, one of the things that I would like to do is to leave a legacy of taking a police department that I inherited that had several issues internally, as well as very little equipment and technology. And when I leave here someday is to make sure that we've totally changed that and modernized it to be the best police department in a college campus environment. So that's probably the number one thing I would say.